What car do you got here for us today?
It's a 1967 Ford Mustang with the original 3.3 liter, 200 cubic inch inline six. That's been slightly modified.
Slightly modified. What do you mean? I think I see an intercooler in front of it.
Yeah, it's got a eBay turbo. People can hate on eBay all you want. As long as you don't push it, then it works. I've been at 5 PSI for 2 years now, and today was the day that we decided to go to 10. So now it's at 10 PSI, stock internals. Only thing better is should I wait? It's loud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would have been really loud. Did you see it?
No. Well, just drive by.
Actually, no, keep that, because I'll put that on the ground when we work, so I don't get all that.
The car drives by, drops off a $30.
Yeah, look at that. I was like, holy shit, I hit you, and then I realized there's a car going by.
I just looked over at you.
Dude, I think I want to get those arrow latches next. I just don't know how well it would be.
I love the look of
the foot pin.
the wires.
I like it too, but
I think
I don't know.
it will look good with.
I want to bring this car into the modern world, you know.
Modernize it.
I mean, those are for an old car, you know.
They give that classic look.
Yeah.
So, are you keeping the factory engine in this, or do you plan on upgrading any?
I plan to put well, I actually already bought it. A 4-liter inline six from Australian. It's called the Ford Barra. It's closely related to, not related, but it's like a 2JZ or an RB26, just bigger. Dual overhead cam. I mean, they come turboed. So, same thing as all the Supra owners, big fat single turbo and 700 to 1,000 horsepower. But yeah, that's the goal.
So with all that power, you're gonna get a little bit of beefier tires, possibly a new body kit, or what's the plan?
I plan to. Oh wait.
I don't know. We're not doing anything.
Lady was like, doing my property. I plan to have a wide body kit for it. It's about 6 to 8 inches overall on the rear extra, and about 4 inches in front. So the plan is 275s up front, 315s in the rear. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
It'll be beefy.
Oh yeah. I just hope I can get the power to the ground. I hope the independent rear suspension that I'm going to put in it is going to help with that, and then it's going to get air suspension as well.
Are you making a full custom independent suspension, or are you pulling that from something else?
I am pulling it from a donor car, a Lincoln Mark 8, because that already has designed into the geometry air suspension, because it came factory with it. So I've already got that sitting at the shop, just need to rip into it, tear it apart. And then the front is my own design. I went off some measurements from a company, but other than that, everything's my own design. I had to widen the lower control arms. Upper control arms are going to be billet aluminum, and all that just to accommodate air suspension.
This is your only car, or do you have other projects as well?
This is I have many cars. The two important ones are the C3 Corvette 76. That's in the process of LS swapped, 5.3, whichever you want to call it. The debate is ridiculous. But yeah, that's getting an LS, and then in the future it'll get twin turbos on that, but that'll come after this. This is the main priority right now. But I already have the LS built and everything. It's gonna be a restoration more than a modification. because that's a big project.
It's awesome. Look forward to seeing it be built.
Same. Same. Oh, I really want to build it. I want to build them both. It's just money.
Monies. Yeah, money printing machine.
I know, dude. I mean, I've got over probably 50 hours in designing.
Does any other company make that?
No.
So you're the one of one. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, you can charge what you want.
But I was thinking about, I was going to see how expensive it would be to outsource the printing. Because there's companies that you just send them an STL file and they'll print it for you. And they just have like warehouses of printers. So if I can get them to do it for like 10 to 20 bucks a piece, and I can have them do like 500 of them in like a week, it's a lot better than I can do. I mean, granted, actually I would probably sell them unfinished.
What material are those made of?
Nylon.
Nylon.
I would probably sell them unfinished, you know?
What made you choose nylon over ABS?
Higher melting point, and it's a lot stronger. And you don't have to, I mean, it's recommended to print in an enclosure, but if you keep the bed pretty hot and you just keep it out of a coldish room, then you don't need an enclosure. With ABS, you absolutely need an enclosure because it shrinks when you print it.
Really?
Yeah, because if you keep the whole thing, it won't shrink until after the whole thing's printed. Because imagine you print a layer, then you print a layer on top of that, and the bottom layer shrinks, and then it separates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those ducts that you have for your vents on the side of the car, where do you plan on having those run to?
Those are going to run to the rear brakes, cooling the 4-piston Willwoods that I'm going to have. So I have a pair of those, and I was looking at them, and they're like a little small. So I was like, man, why not just throw an e-brake in the car? So I think I'll have like dual rear caliper. I got the Willwoods, 2 of them, 2 4-pistons for like 120 bucks. And I mean, they're a little small to be used as brakes. On the street they'd be fine, but when I race it on the track, they'll overheat because of the small pads.
Right.
But as an e-brake, since it won't be used as much, it'll work perfectly. So those those vents will go in through the nylon 3D print, go through some air ducts. Don't know how I'm going to route that in the car yet, but it'll cool the rear brakes. And then this, I'm going to make a Camaro style splitter, if that's what you want to call it. One of those ones that come down and then have a running board basically, or a flat bottom. And then I'll have holes in that cooling the front rear brakes. Still obviously it'll be discs all the way around. I think I'll keep the oil cooler up there. Probably end up getting a new one, but that's one of my favorite things on the front.
Is turboing a car as easy as everybody thinks? You ever run into any complications?
If you have kits, I'm sure it's easy, but I wouldn't know. They don't make kits for this car, so. Exhaust manifold's custom, intake manifold's custom, exhaust is custom, even though it's bad. That'll be replaced soon, I hope.
You ever blow any rods in the block or crack a piston or anything?
Oh, I've blown it up 3 times now. First one was I was running 87 in it, or so, I was running not good gas. My timing was off. First drive, drove it to my girlfriend's dad's house, and it blew up on the way. Blew 2 pistons completely in half. So, learned my lesson there. I had it running the week after that, and then I got timing down. I decided to actually spend some money on it instead of just try to, I mean, because people used to do this before I was even alive, without electronics, and just routing vacuum lines and modifying stuff. And I mean, I thought about doing that, then I was like, why am I wasting my time? I might as well just spend $800 and get like perfect timing out of it. And Because that's honestly what is keeping this motor safe, is just the timing.
Right.
But other than that, it runs great besides the carburetor.